I thought at the time when I went overseas and I got in this demoralized outfit where the enlisted men ran everything, it had a very high morale among the enlisted men, but no Marine Corps gung-ho spirit whatsoever. I mean, that was square stuff as far as we were concerned. You know, there's a lot of technicians, a lot of radioscope dopes, radar people,
and
stuff like that.
And these are what you call the idle warriors?
Yeah, we were in Japan. Well, all peacetime Marines in Japan were the idle warriors. You know, we'd been trained to be killers, and they sent us over here as to perform the work of ambassadors, and it just wasn't working. These assholes, these idiots would go out on liberty. You know, they beat up on taxi cab drivers. They tear apart bars. They'd knock prostitutes around. They were just belligerent as hell. And
now these were not
Marines.
people who were defecting to the Soviet Union.
No, they were just endorsing communist propaganda as far as I was. Well, that was, I'd see stuff like that, and I thought, that's why Oswald defected. He got disgusted with this crap that's going on over here.
Okay.
There's going to be a war with Japan if we keep this up, much less with Russia. You know.
From that same base that you were on.
No, he had been there though, and that's the base where the U-2 used to take off and land also all the time. There's one of the reasons I became a suspect in the Garrison probe was because I told Jim Garrison that document that is classified about Oswald's access to information about the U-2 is probably insignificant, because I knew how much access to information about the U-2 I had, and I figured at the time that Oswald's access was about the same. I agreed with the conclusion by then that he was probably a spy.
So we're jumping ahead quite a lot.
Yeah, well,
I don't want to get ahead too much
that's just
yet.
more or less a footnote to what I was saying.
Let's try to take this in sequence. After you got out of the Marines, you had no more contact with Oswald.
No,
you wrote the book, The Idle Warriors.
Yeah.
And then when was that book released?
Well, that was released last year, I guess, wasn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
But copies of it were...
some of it was published in my earlier nonfiction book. About 8 pages of it appeared in Oswald, a book I wrote in 1965.
Okay.
It became known right after the assassination, and I gave a copy to the Warren Commission, including a copy of a rewrite I did after the assassination, which was the one I tried to sell. People say that book was suppressed. It wasn't suppressed. I was ashamed of my ideas about literature when I was a naturalist when I wrote the first draft of The Idle Warriors. So after I became a gung-ho Ayn Rand person and understood her ideas about literature, which was a few years after I got into her, then I was ashamed of the earlier version because it violated these romantic realist principles of literature. Yeah, so I wrote another version that I felt was more acceptable in those terms. It had no historical significance because it was written after the assassination. So anyway, I gave both copies to the Warren Commission, and we retrieved the earlier copy and we published it last year.
Okay.
Ron Bonds, a friend of mine, published it.
So after you got out of the Marines, then what was next? Where did you move to?
My friend from went to the same high school I did, Greg Hill, and I, co-founder of the Discordian Society, moved to New Orleans together. And we arrived the day after Mardi Gras in 1961.
61.
Yeah. And Greg went back to California in that autumn to go to school. I remained in New Orleans until May of 1963. I went back to California that summer, and then I returned to New Orleans that autumn around sometime in September.
Were you in New Orleans when the assassination occurred?
Yes. I was waiting tables at Arnold's restaurant.